everyone, I'm Dawn. Welcome to my channel. Thank you for visiting with me today. So today, I've touched on this and I've discussed it in videos before, but I haven't really sat down and fully talked about it. Life after weight loss surgery. I feel like there's still a lot of misconceptions about weight loss surgery. I think a lot of people, whether they're opposed to it and they're thin and healthy and don't have to worry about it, or even if they're morbidly obese, there's a lot of people that think it's a quick fix and easy and everything. It's the easy way out. And no. And so I just kind of wanted to talk about life after weight loss surgery. But, you know, I have a little bit of a complex story, but not really. Because what I did is I had weight loss surgery and then I had to have a revision because I was having symptoms that couldn't be resolved any other way except for permanently being on medication that can cause cancer. So, we're going to talk about that too. So my weight loss journey started in about 2014, like when I, hunkered down and really got serious about it. And I was, I was 370 at my absolute highest weight. And for about 35 days, I went on just total water, Crystal Light, raw or steamed vegetables, and protein, like chicken, roasted chicken, or turkey, or excuse me, sorry, but extremely lean. And in it was a little tiny bit over a month, to where I think I could just safely say a month, and I did lose 100 pounds in that period of time. And I was very active and I was killing it. But after that weight loss, I realized this isn't sustainable. I can't keep this lifestyle up, like every day of my life forever. It was certainly something I could follow, but there were going to be times when I was going to fall and fail and stuff, and I had to allow myself that leeway. But several months after that huge weight loss, I gained I gained 70 pounds of it back. So I was I was up to 340, and, still glad I didn't gain the whole 100 back, but not happy that I gained it back. And, I really, other than not completely sticking to the very strict diet I was on, I was still eating relatively healthy, but still enough to maintain and gain. And I was trying to educate myself on different things I can try. What can I do? I have to do something. I don't want to live like this. And the breaking point for me, actually, and this was when I was at my heaviest, we had gone to Universal Studios because we wanted to see the Harry Potter stuff. I hadn't seen it yet. And I couldn't go on all of the rides with my son because I couldn't fit in the seats. It wasn't possible because I couldn't fit in the seats because I was such a fat ass. And I wouldn't say I was embarrassed so much as I just felt terrible that I couldn't experience this with my son. And it was all my fault. And I was pissed off at myself. And so that's what drove me to do the really strict diet and exercise plan that I dropped that 100 pounds with. But, like I said, I gained it, almost all of it back, 70 pounds of it back. And then at this point, I was eligible for weight loss surgery on my insurance at this time. So, or about 6 months after I gained that 70 pounds back, and I just maintained it. I was very careful. I tried to lose it, but I was just staying the same size. So about May of 2015, I went to see a bariatric surgeon and, told him the spiel, told him I wanted to, lose weight, and I've been trying to eat healthier and exercise, but I'm just not seeing the pounds go. And he told me what I would need to do to qualify for my insurance. And one of the things I had to do was I had to be actively seeing a psychiatrist or a psychologist for 6 months regarding weight loss and my weight. But the great thing about that is I was already in treatment for 2 years. I was seeing a psychologist monthly. So we had the 6 months of that down. And that psychologist that I was seeing, who I'm seeing now to this day, was able to do my evaluation, because you also have to have an evaluation for the surgery. So she was able to do my evaluation, and I had to get like an EKG done. I think that's all he required for me was an EKG and blood work, and the psychology stuff. I wasn't required to get a stress test. There were a lot of things I've heard other people needed to get that I didn't have to get. I didn't have to get an endoscopy or none of that. So, and this is for the gastric sleeve. So he got the eval from my psychologist, he got the EKG, and they scheduled me several months later. I had it done in October of 2015. And the weight dropped. I lost, let me see, I wrote these notes down. I copied them from my original journal. Let's see, I'm so sorry. Okay, so I weighed 340 times at the time of my consultation with that doctor. And he didn't even tell me I had to lose any more weight for it. He was just, just start getting used to the diet. Oh, I also had to see the nutritionist, but he told me to start getting used to the diet. Nutritionist gave me a plan to follow. And by the time I had my gastric sleeve done in October, I had lost the 70 pounds that I gained. So I was down to 270. And so my surgery date weight was 270 pounds. And the first month after surgery, I lost 30 pounds, which was, I was happy about it, but I was still kind of disappointed because it seemed like other people were losing a lot more weight in their first month. And I'm like, oh, am I going to be a slow loser? But then the following month, I had lost 20 pounds, and I was like, I'm going to be a slow loser. And then the weight loss just slowed down, and it took a while to get another 20 off. And I maintained at 200 until December 2021, when I went to a weight loss surgeon because I had seen my doctor, an gastroenterologist, about my GERD I was having so bad for a couple years. And so the surgeon, he sent me to a gastroenterologist that specialized in certain testing. It's one of the things he did was a Bravo. It's where a little implant is put in here so they can measure my pH. And he sent me to this doctor immediately, and they did the Bravo and got the results back and everything. And the gastroenterologist said I was flirting with Barrett's esophagus, which is pretty much pre-cancer, and he was highly recommended that I have the revision done to get rid of that GERD, because him and the surgeon both said that will eliminate the GERD. And so I was 200 at the day of my surgery, which was December 9th. Yeah, it was December 9th. And so the first month after that surgery, so this past January, I'd lost 20 pounds. So I was down to 180. And now, and since then, I've lost another 15 pounds. So I'm at 165 right now. I haven't weighed myself in a few days. I may be less, but I definitely haven't gained because I've been sticking to my plan. It's going to take, now I'm at the point where the weight loss is just going to slow down a lot. My goal weight is 140. So 25 more pounds. I should be able to do that on this diet. I am struggling with one food item that I've reduced it drastically, but I'm having a hard time cutting it out completely, and that's frozen Coke. And I need to cut it out completely. And if I can cut that out completely, I can expect to lose that 25 pounds. I'm just admitting that I'm addicted to it. I'm having a very hard time cutting it out. But I've definitely reduced my intake of it, and I've been drinking mostly water and Crystal Light and unsweet tea. So, and ice, I've been eating ice, and that's satisfying the whatever it is in my mind that makes me want a frozen Coke. It's kind of satisfying that urge. So, ice. So, what is life like since my weight loss surgery? First, I want to go over the pros and cons that I've experienced. So, first of all, the pros are the weight loss, number one, best thing. Now, I still had to work for it. You still got to work for it, but the surgery helps in that it reduces the size of your stomach and decreases your appetite. And, I get full on a very small amount of food. And I have a lot of energy. And the more weight I lose, the more energy I have. Being able to finally fit in normal size clothing, like this, is really kind of big on me, but this is an extra large, but I'm starting to fit in normal size clothing where I don't look like I'm squeezed into something. I'm starting to look normal, what I consider normal. And I'm not getting out of breath easy. I don't get out of breath. I'm just, I'm very energetic. And no more back pain. No more back pain. That, and then I also had breast reduction surgery, because after the weight loss, they kind of even got dumpier. So I had breast reduction, and I have no back pain, no upper, no lower, no back pain. And I don't like chocolate anymore. I might be able to eat a little bit of it, but I'm just like, oh, that's too much. It's just too much, I don't like rich, heavy foods anymore. I don't miss potatoes. I don't miss pasta. I don't miss bread because, well, one thing, I know how I'm going to feel if I eat it, and it's just, I understand now, it's just not worth the extra weight and the extra calories. Now, the cons are, I'm cold all the time. I'm cold constantly. And I get very gassy, and it builds up, and that's very painful. And everything that would smell unpleasant smells like burnt hair to me. I guess burnt hair is better than what some things can smell like, but everything smells like burnt hair to me. Like if someone asked me what something smells like, I'm like, burnt hair. So, now I have to plan out my meals to ensure that I get my protein and my nutrients in. And it's been really great with Marshall and Eric because they just eat what I eat. So there's no need to make a separate meal for them or do a separate diet. I have to make sure I take my vitamins every day. I have to take vitamins every day for the rest of my life. And I'm cool with that, because I did early last year, I did get anemic, and it was pretty bad. I was dizzy, I was tired, I was weak, but they fixed me right up. I make sure to walk at least 10,000 steps a day, and you guys who've been watching me know that I try to get my steps in, but I walk at least 10,000 steps a day, but usually more than that. I'm going to be bumping that up soon, but and then I go to the gym 3 to 4 days a week, which is exercise I could easily do at home, but I find that the gym is more motivating to me, and I like going to the gym. I like having some place to go. It smells good in there. I go to Planet Fitness, and I like the way their cleaner smells, but it may just smell different to me because everything smells weird to me now. And it keeps me more focused to go to the gym. I'm more focused on what I need to do and what I need to work on. And I tend to drink a lot of water, a lot more water when I'm going to the gym. Sorry, I'm so sorry. But I do have a bit of a problem staying hydrated. Um, because I'm just not drinking enough fluids like water, and I try to, but I forget, you know, and I never feel hungry. I just pretty much have to eat for nutrition because I never feel hungry. Not hunger in the way that someone who hasn't had weight loss surgery feels hunger, you know, like hunger pains and stuff. I feel like, oh, it's time for me to have something to eat. That's what I feel. And again, weight loss surgery is not an easy fix. It's not easy. You have to undergo major abdominal surgery, and you have to basically relearn how to eat. And it's a second chance. It's a chance to get things right and to get your diet. Sorry about that. I was cut off by an alarm again. But yeah, weight loss surgery is not an easy fix, and anyone who says that it's an easy fix is very ignorant on the topic. I'm sorry if you say that. You're very ignorant about that topic. You still have to stick to a diet. You have to exercise, and you have to make the right choices. There's never going to be any way around it. Even if you don't get weight loss surgery, that's the secret to losing weight: eating right, exercising, taking in less calories, or burning more calories than you're taking in. And that takes planning. And again, that keeps you focused on your eating and what you're taking in. And weight loss surgery patients fail all the time. There's a lot of people who get weight loss surgery that fail. I know at least one person who's had weight loss surgery who has failed at it. She had it, I believe she had it before a psychological evaluation was required because it wasn't covered by insurance, and that's an insurance requirement. And I believe she said she had gotten down to 300 pounds, and now she's up to, I think the last time she mentioned her weight, she was almost 600 pounds. So there are failures in weight loss surgery. I'm not trying to trash them, but that's just to try to tell you, it's not easy. You do have to stick to a plan because you can gain that weight back. And once you start gaining the weight back, there's no way. You're just done. You're done. You know what I mean? You've failed at it. And because you've failed at it, a surgeon probably won't do a revision or go in there again. And then some people just can't get a revision. Because, see, people think it's a magic pill. They think if they get weight loss surgery, oh, I'm going to lose all this weight. But you have to put a lot of effort into it, just like you would if you were losing weight without surgery. It takes a lot of work, a lot of effort, a lot of mental power, and you have to explore the reasons why you overeat. And that's why I think psychological care is so important after surgery, because you don't want to start having those triggers that are gonna, you got to explore what the triggers are so you'll know how to combat them. So recently, right before my last visit with my surgeon, my follow-up visit with my surgeon, we had a incident happen in our family that was very triggering for me. Very, very, very upsetting, very triggering. I had to make an appointment with my psych immediately because it was, I wanted to dive face first into a cake. And so I talked, we had, I talked to her and told her what was going on, and and she lets me vent. She lets me vent in a way that I feel like I can't vent all the time. And she was like, she's just great. And she helped me think of ways I could handle the triggering event without resorting to eating. because then I would have felt like shit if I ate a bunch of cake or something. I would have felt hopeless and disgusted with myself, and at that moment I would have given up. And who knows where I'd be today. If that was about a month and a half ago. So yeah, that was rough, and I'm still pissed off about the thing that happened, but I'm handling it. And you have to have a support system. A lot of doctors, like if you're somebody that lives alone or something, there are some doctors that won't do the surgery. If you are super obese, like over 500 pounds, a lot of surgeons won't do the surgery. It's because it's a risk for them, because the heavier you are, the more risky it is to put you under. And I'm very fortunate to have a supportive family, and a medical team that is very helpful, a nutritionist I can go to with any questions anytime, and my psychologist and my psych drugs. So I'm very fortunate to have the resources I have available to me, and I do realize that it's not necessarily available to everyone, but that's why I say I'm very fortunate. But that's it. That's really all I have to say about it. I hope you learned something. I hope I answered any questions you may have had. Probably not, but if you have any questions for me about weight loss surgery and I'm able to, I'll be happy to address them. Just shoot me an email or ask in the comments. And it might be good to ask in the comments, because I have friends on here who have also had weight loss surgery, and they may know an answer I don't, or may have a better answer than I would. So, never be afraid to ask questions. Be fearless. So that's it. That was just 4 pages of notes. I got through that. I'm sorry the video ended up being a lot longer than I intended it to be, but I wanted to talk. I wanted to talk about it. So I'll try to insert some photos somewhere around here. And before and after. I didn't allow my photo to get taken very often when I was at my heaviest, but I'll see what I can find. And I will talk to everyone later. Thank you so much. Bye.